So I'm here at the Miami Bitcoin conference with Matt of CoinLock. So Matt, what do you guys do?
We let anyone sell anything, any digital content with Bitcoin as fast as possible. It's a very fast content selling platform that lets anyone sell anything, put a link in their blog or wherever, and sell without any infrastructure, without any overhead, without any programming, without really anything at all.
Right. Yeah, I remember reading there's an IBM article written in the 90s talking about how microtransactions will reinvent currency and how digital content for microtransaction would be the savior. And it wasn't until Bitcoin that anything like that was possible because of legacy banking getting in the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing. I think the types of applications we're going to see around microtransactions and around instant payment with Bitcoin are going to be very interesting. I mean, I've tried to think of, CoinLock at its very base as something that's kind of like microtransactions for files, where it's like, what's the base unit of kind of digital, data that we kind of pass around all the time, and it's the file, and we just are producing all of this content all the time, and how do we monetize individual pieces of content? How do we, share it and monetize it and just create that type of pipeline in the system? And that's kind of what I set out to do when I built CoinLock.
So take me through how CoinLock works. So essentially, you're monetizing online content through a paywall, right?
That's exactly right.
How does it work? So I have my Qt wallet, like I have Bitcoin. What do I do?
What do you do to sell stuff?
What do I do to buy stuff?
What do you do to buy stuff? So let's say you go to someone's blog and they have their music blog, and they're trying to sell you their hot new single, and they say, hey, click this link, buy my song. You click the link, it takes you to CoinLock, you can instantly buy it. It basically pops up a QR code, an address, a price. If you pay to that address, that price, it unlocks the content and delivers it right to the browser. So
It sends you back to the website?
It doesn't. It's a delivery mechanism.
It's a delivery mechanism.
Right.
Okay.
So it basically will do the delivery, let you download and save the content, and that's it. It's like a one-time transaction.
That's awesome. And then if I were a merchant, what would that look like?
If you were a merchant and you wanted to sell something, all you have to do is basically specify what content you want to sell. The music file in that case. Put a price. You can peg it to USD or some other currency. You put your receiving address. So you can use one address for all your payments, or if you wanted to do more fancy accounting, maybe an address per thing that you're selling, and you publish it. And when you publish it, you get a link back, and that link represents both the file and the payment mechanism. So you put it right in your blog or wherever, and that's it.
Because I have a friend who's in a band, and he kept saying, I think it was a year and a half ago, it's like, how in the hell do I sell my music for Bitcoin? We were like, oh, you get a BitPay account. And he's like, yeah, but how does that distribute the digital content?
It doesn't.
We were like, well, you need to buy a playlist, that, and he got so overwhelmed.
Well, the point is that there's right now the ecosystem and e-commerce in general is all about the shopping cart experience and about these third-party integrations with shopping carts, and I think that the entire shopping cart concept is very much kind of a remnant of this whole credit card thing. It's like they needed a mechanism to integrate traditional payments.
Well, credit cards were so bad.
Yes, exactly.
In order to deal with how horrible it was, you need to do it all at once, because if you had to do it every single time you bought something, it was such a disgusting experience.
It makes it it's just the experience is bad, and also, there's a lot of reasons around it, right?
But with Bitcoin, it's so easy.
It's so fast
that you might as well just do it every time you want to buy something and not worry about it.
Right, and if you think of it that way, I've tried to think of CoinLock as being something where it's almost ubiquitous, where if you want to sell something and get paid in Bitcoin, and you don't want to broker that transaction yourself, right, which is pretty labor intensive. If you're sitting there and taking Bitcoin and sending people files all day long, you don't want to do that, so CoinLock does it for you. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's a very quick way of selling whatever you want.
So how long have you guys been around?
The current platform's been around 6 months. It launched 6 months ago, and I built it probably 9 months ago. It's been chugging along, doing its thing. There's certain aspects to it that we haven't really touched on with respect to anonymity and encryption and things like this, because it's a zero trust or close to zero trust system, in the sense that the content that I receive is encrypted by the user in the browser and decrypted by the user in the browser. So I'm just like an intermediary for content.
So you're kind of like mega upload.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the sense that in many traditional e-commerce systems, you're kind of concerned with what if someone takes your content? What if this guy running this service just runs away with whatever it is that you're trying to sell?
Right.
And in CoinLock's the structure, I can't do that. It's structurally not possible because of the way that it's been built.
And what's been the reception thus far?
It's been pretty good. It's interesting because it's kind of divided into two camps. There are people who immediately get it. They look at it and they say, oh, I can't believe you built this. This is
we
awesome.
call them content creators.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they get it right away. They're like, oh, this is awesome. Now I can finally make money in Bitcoin.
Right,
and they don't have to do anything, and this is great. And then there are other people who they fall into the, hey, well, this is cool, but I need a marketplace. I need to drive content or drive traffic to my site. And marketplaces help do that, and you don't provide that service. You really just provide this platform for selling without having kind of all the other trappings of e-commerce
that we've perch of sale solution,
right? That we've come to expect. So my new site, the CoinLock 2.0, really addresses that, where it's really about the merger of being able to instantly sell content and also being able to instantly create like feeds, stores around that content, so that you can syndicate it and you can manage it in a central place.
So if I'm a content creator and I want to paywall my stuff and make some money off of it, sell it for Bitcoin, pretty much the easiest way to do it right now is CoinLock. I mean, I haven't heard of another way that was...
this is like hyperbole, but I think it's the easiest way that's ever been invented to sell content.
You know what, I'll go one further.
That's what I think.
Will ever be. They will never be
maybe.
a superior... CoinLock 2.0 won't even be better than CoinLock 1.0.
Right. Nothing in the world will ever be better. I'm sure no one smarter than me will come up with anything better.
You have to upsell it some more.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is really fast. I mean, it's really remarkably fast. Like, if you want to sell something, I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot of e-commerce, and I can't think of a faster way to do it than this. You have to understand how Bitcoin works. You have to have an address.
Right. Well, I think that's within the reach of most people.
I think so too.
Right.
And I think it's getting easier and easier and easier.
And that's what we need.
Absolutely. We need simple services that people can use, they understand, and they realize kind of functionally how they work and what they're trying to accomplish.
If I'm a merchant and I want to learn more, how would I get in touch with you?
So, coinlock.com is the main site. You can go there and actually immediately sell whatever. I've tried to preserve the anonymity around it. I don't make people sign up for accounts. I don't make people enter information about themselves or what they're doing. It's a very free-form way of selling and dealing with content. But you can always reach me. If you want to talk with anyone at CoinLock, there's support at coinlock.com. Send me an email. I'm very responsive to issues and questions. And definitely just want more people to try it out and give me feedback.
I mean, that's what we need is content sold for Bitcoin, and that's where it all begins.
I think so. I mean, I think that we need just the ecosystem to expand.
Right.
And anything that helps do that, any type of service or system on top of the existing economy that lets people do these things is a big deal. It helps the entire ecosystem grow when these types of tools are built.
All right. Well, thanks, Matt.
No, thank you.
Use Bitcoin whenever you pay. Use Bitcoin whenever you pay. Use Bitcoin whenever you pay. The BitGive Foundation is a non-profit charitable giving organization leveraging the power of the Bitcoin community to improve public health and the environment worldwide. Help us demonstrate the significant impact of Bitcoin in addressing these critical issues on a global scale. Support international giving in Bitcoin. Please visit our website at www.bitgivefoundation.org. That's www.bitgivefoundation.org.